Okay, a general ramble. I'm just checking my time here. Everything looks good. A general ramble. Um, we'll start out with economics. The average Canadian is apparently like $200 away from insolvency. Oh, and wow, that'd be me too. But anyways, like a year ago it was $1,000, and 6 years ago you know what I mean by 6 years ago, that was a lot better. Our debt to our gross domestic product is 3.5 times the GDP. That's our debt. Now, I don't know if that includes all the money we've printed or not, but for every dollar we're going to generate in Canada over the next fiscal year, we owe $3.50. To put that into perspective against Russia right now, everybody's putting all these financial sanctions on them. The ruble's gone down, blah, blah. Their gross domestic debt is 20%, not 350%. Yeah. So, if you go to Stats Canada, everybody who's theoretically respirating at this very moment, we're all in debt $30,000. You can discount that Trudeau said the government's taking on the debt so Canadians don't have to. I don't think the Trudeau Foundation's chipping into the debt, do you? I don't know. I don't think so. 30,000 per head. Now, if you go and say, well, the under 18 populace isn't contributing to the tax base, really. The seniors really aren't. Let's not get into the immigration costs. And then we have the people who, as well as the seniors and lots of other folks, genuinely, need social assistance in one form or another. I think it would be fair to say only 1 out of 4 Canadians actually is really getting gouged on the tax base. Although it's not working well for the seniors either, believe me. I don't want to be misleading in that sense. But, and I've made videos about this in the past, 2 years ago, a year ago. So I'm in debt 120 grand for the government squanderances. Generosity. With interest compounded annually. Can you imagine how long it's going to take me to pay that back? Well, I'm not going to make it. I'll be dust long before then. I won't get into housing. I'll make another video about that. So, oh yes, yeah. The new marriage, official and consummated between the Liberals and the NDP, have said mandates, and you know what I mean by mandates, for what? I can't say the word. Mandates are here to stay. Period. They voted on it. Same as they vote on everything else. Trudeau says it's law. Yep, it's law. My wife says so too. Check her out. Crazy. Crazy. I'll summate by an off the topic going to world affairs. The Solomon Islands, that's down to the northeast of Australia. It is a weird form of government I won't get into. There's a population of 700,000 people. It's an island chain. They're 1,400 miles from Australia. China's in there very aggressively right now. And I think it was last week, the Solomanians, the residents of the Solomon Islands, burnt 60 buildings controlled by the Chinese, be that trade or government or military, I don't know. 60 buildings. That's not one guy running around with some barbecue lighter, is it? That's a pretty big statement. The Australians have been in there in the Solomon Islands for quite a while with aid, trying to fend off the Chinese aggression in the South Pacific. And, well, China has formally declared they intend to proceed with their influence, I guess I better say, of the Solomon Islands, while everybody else in the South Pacific and in the world is saying, oh, we're not really happy with that. So I'll summate with that. And in the next bit, I guess I'll talk about the housing in Canada and the interest rate going up 1%. And, oh, our economy is in a shambles.